Welcome to another edition of Inside Fire Rescue. I'm Josh Ryan with the Public Information Department for the City of Oklahoma City, and we've got some special guests today. We are shooting from Station 9 because we've got food on the brain. And joining us is Lieutenant Randy Woods. Randy, thanks for joining us.
You bet, and glad you asked me.
And we also have another special guest with us from our department, Public Information for the City. We have Jennifer Yeaman. Jennifer, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And Jennifer, why did we choose you today?
Because I like to eat.
I
heard there was food.
And Jennifer is also one of the food connoisseurs around the office, so we thought we would get together with Lieutenant Woods and just kind of throw together a traditional favorite around the firehouse.
Well, it's an easy recipe. It's just one of the ones where I can throw it on, let it cook all day, and the guys just love it.
And I'm sure it's quite obvious to you that we're going to be making some Firehouse chili today. So, Lieutenant Woods, why don't you get us started? When it's simple and needs to be simple, how do you do it?
For 7 guys here, we have 7 guys I cook for, 7 to 8, depending. I get 5 pounds of hamburger, 1 onion here, 3 jalapenos, and I like Williams chili seasonings. It's real simple, makes it real quick. And a can of tomato sauce, rotel, and some ranch beans. Brown the meat here. Once I brown it, I just drain the grease off, simmer the onions in with it a little bit, and let them soften up, and then I just assemble all these into the pot together, put the jalapenos on top, and then just let it simmer for about 4 hours.
So
it's real easy. It's something I like to fix here where I can put it on and then I can do whatever I want the rest of the day at the station. So.
Jennifer, you've got something over there by you also that they like to do around Fire Station 9 that has been one of Jennifer's favorites.
Yes. It's one of the snacks we make, here at Station 9 we do, it's a salsa. We make salsa every shift that we work. It's something that we can, because we only make, I collect like $8 a man, and I can prepare 2 meals. It's one for breakfast, which we call a brunch, and then I fix another meal for, like this will be for us today, is be chili, and that's what we eat for supper. In between, I'll try and do some snacks, and sauce is one of them, and we try and buy some fruit, like pineapple or something, and eat that in between. And that kind of tides the hunger over in between the 2 meals.
Do you rotate cooking, or are you the in-house chef?
I'm the in-house chef here, or cook. A lot of stations, though, have a cooking list, and they all take turns. So it's different from station to station where you go. Sometimes you'll get lucky and be at a station where there's a full-time cook. That's what I try to be.
Yeah.
And other stations are just, hey, they have a list, or they'll get the cards out and they'll play. And whoever loses has to cook that day. And sometimes it's funny how a lot of the new guys probably might end up cooking a lot on some of these games that they play on. So that can happen. That can happen sometimes with the firemen. You never know.
Or get KP for that matter, right?
Yeah, but here I cook full time, and I try to, do the best I can because everybody doesn't have the same taste in food. So.
Well, how do you develop your menu? Do you just kind of come up with stuff? Are there favorites?
Over the years, I've been cooking for quite a while, and I just come up with different recipes, and sometimes I'll see one on the shows, like Emerald, or something that'll just catch my eye. Some are old family recipes that I've carried on to here, and a lot of them I've just made up my own.
Yeah. Any favorites in the Firehouse?
We heard the guys bragging on you a little bit earlier.
Well, I like there's some ones that we eat here. Chicken pot pie, beef enchiladas. For breakfast, I do a pecani sausage over scrambled eggs. It's kind of a neat recipe.
So you guys like a lot of spice, I've noticed. Jalapenos, more jalapenos.
I am a kind of a spicy cook. Some guys probably not. But me,
so what do you do if there's different taste? If someone doesn't like spicy?
I try to make everybody happy.
Yeah.
It's hard, but a lot of times if some guys are eating, or if they're on certain diets, I'll pull some stuff off before I season it, or if they don't like it.
What about emergency calls? If you're in the middle of cooking something,
that's
emergency call?
That's one thing that's about the Firehouse that when I'm in here preparing and cooking and have stuff going on the stove, if we get a call, the lights kick on and sound, and we got to go, try to Well, I know. We'll come in here and turn all the fires off in here and try and secure the station at the same time, but lock it all down with locking all the doors on our way out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to make sure you keep an eye on the stove and turn everything off.
You ever had a meal ruined because of that? I could see it happening.
Someone forget to turn it off.
Well,
and it burns.
It can happen, but I never have.
Yeah.
So, knock on wood, I think I just jinxed myself.
And we've introduced some props, some more props into our kitchen scene here, and Lieutenant Woods is going to cover kitchen safety for us. Lieutenant, we all have family members that run around the kitchen whenever we're cooking, and there are some things that we have to consider when it comes to being safe in the kitchen. Can you give us some tips there?
Yeah, family, you know, you have children, and you want to make sure their safety at all times. So, especially if you're cooking and you're busy and you might leave or something like that, we recommend that you don't leave the kitchen when you're cooking, just for that, with children running around especially. But if you are cooking, make sure the handle isn't over the counter or off the stove, where they can grab it, and because it doesn't take much for it to flip that over right on them. And if it's hot grease or something, that's really injuries you want to keep away from children. And if you are cooking something and you're going to leave, have a spoon or a mitt in your hand, because that will put a reminder, hey, I'm cooking something, and it keeps you right back. If you do have to leave just for a second. Because sometimes people go on to get busy doing something else, and next thing you know, you have some trouble in the kitchen.
Sure.
Speaking of, I'm accident prone, and I get distracted very easily. What about fire, grease fire in the kitchen? What would you do?
Well, if you're cooking with grease, it's always good to have a lid by. That way, if it does flare up or if it does overheat, you can grab that lid real quick and cover. Don't just go right over the top where your arm will. Try and use it as a shield and put it like that over it. And that way, that will smother it. Takes the air away from it and will smother that right out. If you have any kind of water, do not put water on a grease fire. That will react pretty heavily and make things a lot worse than what it is.
Okay.
And once you do that, I recommend that once you can get that lid on there, and if there was some type of flame that could have got into any cabinet, just get that on there, go call 911, let us come out and investigate, see. Most likely probably won't be any damage. We don't mind coming out. That's what we're here for. It's for y'all's safety.
Right.
Yeah, let's really hammer that point home. The best thing to do is, if you feel like it's going to get out of control, do the best you can, but get away from there. Don't get injured. Go call 911.
That's right.
Okay.
The quicker we can get there, the better things will be.
All right, Lieutenant Woods, we're going to get out of your way. We're going to let you cook.
All right, sounds good to me. I'll try, see what I can do and get this stuff prepared.
I'm going to stand over there and watch. Take the salsa with me. Okay, Lieutenant, we're back. How long would you recommend cooking your chili?
I cook my chili for 4 hours. Let it simmer. After I put it on, bring it, the heat up to a boil. Put the lid on and just simmer it on a real low heat for 4 hours.
Okay.
Then after 4 hours, this is what we have. We have some chili
Very
here,
nice.
Oh, and that
of
looks
course,
delicious.
with the jalapeno. Then some garnish. You can have different types of onion, some cheese, and the guys here, we always serve it with Fritos, kind of like a Frito pie.
Gotta have the corn chips sometimes, don't
That's
you?
right, the corn chips. And they all go good together.
And since we've been given some safety tips in our show here, we want to go ahead and throw in this little guy, because if you're letting something cook for 4 hours, it's not like you can stand there and hover over it the whole time. How important is this?
That's real important. Every home should have them. Fire extinguisher, make sure they're working and all.
And then
Make sure the battery's operable. And it's a good program the fire department started years ago about putting these in every home, and education on these. We go out to the schools and show the kids and ask them if they have one. If they don't, we try to make sure they get one.
All right, so fire extinguishers and smoke detectors. Lieutenant, thank you so much for giving us some fire station chili. You want us to try it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's give it a try here. Jennifer, you first. Ladies first. Go, yep. Put some cheese in.
Put whatever you want
I'm
on
gonna
there.
put some green onion in there.
Okay.
I like that idea.
Ready? All right.
I'll get a little bit of that cheese. Here we go.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's got the kick right there.
Yep.
That's good. Lieutenant, thank you very much.
Well, you bet. Thanks for having me.